Welcome to this explainer. I'm absolutely thrilled to have you here today. We're going to unpack one of the most talked about, heavily debated, and, let's be honest, frequently misunderstood topics out there right now: artificial intelligence. But we're doing it a bit differently today. We're leaving the sci-fi movies at the door, cutting through the hype, and getting right down to the practical realities. Let's look at what this technology actually is, right at its core.
Because the truth is, you already know this technology intimately. When you just glance at your phone to unlock it, or tap on that perfectly recommended YouTube video, or get a sudden fraud alert from your bank, or even prompt ChatGPT to write an email for you, you are actively interacting with AI. It's already seamlessly baked right into the everyday tech we all rely on every single day.
And that brings us to the real heart of our explainer today. I want you to just think about this for a second. How can a machine, which, let's face it, at its absolute foundation is literally just circuits, wires, and code, actually do things that seem intelligent? How does it make these leaps that feel so human?
Well, let's dive into Section 1. What is artificial intelligence? Demystifying the technology.
Let's start with a really precise definition. Artificial intelligence is simply technology that enables machines to perform tasks that normally require human-like intelligence. Now, the absolute keyword there is tasks. AI is definitely not about a machine suddenly waking up, becoming human, or gaining consciousness. No way. It just means the machine has been specifically designed to pull off certain tasks that require intelligent behavior to get done.
To really ground that definition, let's look at what this actually looks like in the real world. We're talking about incredibly practical stuff here. Recognizing images, understanding spoken or written language, digging up hidden patterns in mountains of data, predicting what might happen next, solving complex, logical problems, and really just supporting us humans in making better decisions. That is the true, grounded scope of AI.
Section 2. Why do we need AI? The limits of rules.
You might be wondering, if regular computers are already so insanely fast and powerful, why do we even need AI in the first place? Well, it basically comes down to the absolute limits of traditional rules. Think about trying to get a regular traditional computer to just recognize a cat in a photograph. It's a total nightmare. I mean, a cat could be huge, tiny, stretching, sleeping, curled up into a ball, hiding in the shadows, or just doing whatever physics-defying weirdness cats do, right? Writing a strict, separate mathematical rule for literally every single feline variation, it's completely impossible.
And this brilliantly illustrates the big shift. Traditional computing forces us into this agonizing chore of writing rigid rules for every single possible scenario. But AI flips the script completely. Instead of spoon-feeding the computer rules, we feed it data. We show it millions of cat photos, and we basically say, here, you figure it out. We let the system identify the patterns for itself of what makes a cat a cat.
Moving right along to Section 3, how AI actually works. The engine underneath. Let's think about something we all deal with: spam detection in your email. Your email system gets slammed with thousands and thousands of messages. Some are totally fine, legitimate emails from your boss or your friends, and others are just blatant scams trying to sell you something sketchy. An AI system looks at massive amounts of examples of both types to automatically spot the hidden patterns that scream spam.
And this all builds into a core four-step pipeline that literally repeats across almost all AI systems. It's like a repeating engine. Step 1, data. You feed the system a ton of emails. Step 2, patterns. The system figures out, hey, spam emails usually use these weird phrases or come from these specific servers. Step 3, prediction. When a brand new email hits your inbox, the system checks it against those patterns and predicts if it's junk. And finally, Step 4, result. It tosses the email into your spam folder or lets it through to your main inbox. So it goes data to patterns to prediction to result.
Section 4. Where do we see AI? Beyond the future. The list of places we're already using this is just massive. Navigation apps are analyzing real-time traffic to guess your ETA. Streaming platforms are perfectly tailoring your Friday night movie recommendations. Entire massive businesses are leaning on AI for automated customer support, forecasting sales, analyzing dense documents, and handling back-end busy work. And of course, we've got generative AI out there right now, writing very human-like text, conjuring up stunning images, making audio and video, and even coding software. For sure, AI is a massive, foundational part of modern business and our daily lives right now.
Section 5. When AI gets it wrong. The reality check.
Now, because AI is so wildly impressive, it's super easy to just blindly trust whatever it spits out. But listen to this. An AI system can produce a wonderfully written, highly articulate, totally convincing answer and still be 100% completely wrong.
That is exactly why asking, hey, what did the AI say, is such a dangerous trap for any professional to fall into. Doing that immediately treats the machine's output as an unquestionable fact, and that's a huge mistake.
Instead, the right question we absolutely have to ask is, how reliable is this result, and how can we actually verify it? You see, an AI's reliability depends heavily on the quality of the data it was trained on, how the system itself was built, and how rigorously people evaluated its results. You always have to be ready to verify it.
Section 6. The Professional AI Mindset. Thinking like a problem solver.
This right here is the crucial pivot for us. When people get all hyped up about a shiny new tool, they usually ask, where can I use AI? They actively go hunting for excuses just to implement it. But true professionals, they take the exact opposite approach. They ask, what problem am I actually trying to solve? You've got to start with the problem itself every single time.
Once you've nailed down the problem, you need to run through a quick, critical checklist before you implement a thing. Ask yourself, do I actually have useful data for this? Is AI even the right fit for this specific issue, or honestly, would a basic spreadsheet just work better? How accurate does this result realistically need to be? What happens if the system messes up? Should a human automatically double-check the results? And finally, how on earth are we going to measure if this AI solution is actually successful? By constantly asking those questions, you lock in a really practical, pragmatic mindset. Because the truth is, the most advanced, complex, flashy technology in the world isn't always the best one. The right technology is simply the one that solves the right problem effectively. So, now that we truly have a grip on the fundamental ideas of artificial intelligence, how it ticks, and how to approach it like a pro, there's another buzzword you're going to hear constantly: machine learning. People throw these terms around interchangeably all the time, but is machine learning literally the exact same thing as AI? Well, actually, not quite. In our next explainer, we are going to break down that exact difference. And trust me, once you see how they connect, this whole world of tech is going to make so much more sense. But for today, here's your final, unforgettable takeaway. Artificial intelligence is not about making computers human, not at all. It relies on finding patterns in data to make predictions and support our decisions. And as a professional, never start with how can I use AI? Always start with what problem am I trying to solve? Which leaves us with one final thought. If AI is really just a powerful pattern matching tool waiting for a purpose, what problem are you going to point it at tomorrow? Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. This is Global Network Hub, understanding technology one idea at a time. I'll see you on the next one.